Bioglam Curvy Models presents Dyllan Moxim, The Art of Becoming Visible. Bioglam Curvy Models celebrates women who transform strength into style and self-love into legacy. Within this movement of visibility and empowerment stands Dyllan Moxim, a woman who learned that confidence isn't something you find, it's something you build, layer by layer, truth by truth. Her journey began long before the cameras, long before the campaigns and panels. It started with a mirror, a sketchbook, and a quiet promise to herself. I will no longer apologize for my existence. The beginning, a California childhood. I was born in Southern California, where light feels like language, golden, expressive, impossible to ignore. My childhood was full of sound and color, waves crashing, laughter in the kitchen, my mom's voice singing to old soul records as she painted. My mother was an artist, my father a patient man who believed in the discipline behind dreams. From them, I inherited both chaos and calm, the artist's heart and the worker's hands. But California, for all its sunshine, could also cast long shadows. Beauty there felt curated, filtered, controlled. I grew up surrounded by women chasing an ideal that didn't include bodies like mine. My curves arrived early, hips before confidence, softness before self-acceptance. And while I was learning to draw and design, the world was teaching me to hide. Middle school was a blur of comparison. I remember girls flipping through magazines at lunch, pointing out who they wanted to look like. I didn't see myself on those pages. Not in the models, not in the mannequins. I learned to smile through comments like, "You have such a pretty face," which always carried an invisible but. Those tiny wounds accumulated quietly, shaping how I saw myself. By high school, I had perfected the art of blending in. Loose hoodies, dark jeans, slouched posture. I tried to shrink my presence in rooms. I spoke softly, avoided photos, and measured my worth by the number on a scale. It wasn't that I didn't want to be seen. It was that I feared what seeing might reveal. The moment of shift. The turning point came unexpectedly. I was 17, standing in front of the mirror, frustrated after another failed attempt to fit into a dress I thought I should wear. My mom walked in, saw my tears, and said something that changed everything. "You don't need to fit into the dress, baby. The dress needs to fit you." It was a simple truth, but it cracked open years of shame. That night, I picked up my sketchbook and drew my dream outfit. Not for a thinner version of me, but for me as I was. A silk wrap, structured but fluid, that celebrated my curves instead of hiding them. It wasn't just fashion. It was freedom on fabric. Finding her voice. In college, I studied fashion design. I wanted to create clothes that carried emotion, not just aesthetics. But even in creative spaces, I found the same bias. Runways and classes echoed with the same phrase, sample size only. Still, I refused to disappear. I started styling myself, posting outfits online, not polished or perfect, just real. I talked about body confidence, art, and identity. What began as an outlet soon became a mirror for others. Comments started flooding in. "You look like me. I thought I couldn't wear that. Now I will." That connection was electric. I realized my posts weren't about fashion. They were about freedom, about women seeing themselves for the first time in spaces that had erased them. The first shoot. My first professional photo shoot wasn't glamorous. A friend, a photographer experimenting with natural light, asked if I'd model for her. I laughed, thinking she was joking, but she wasn't. I showed up nervous, clutching my favorite jacket like armor. When the camera clicked, I felt my insecurities rise, every flaw magnified in my mind. Then she said, "Stop posing. Just be." So I did. I laughed, I moved, I breathed. The wind tangled my hair and the sun hit my face. For the first time, I wasn't performing, I was existing. When I saw the photos, I cried. Not from vanity, but from recognition. There I was, strong, feminine, alive. It wasn't the body I was taught to want, but it was the body I finally learned to love. That shoot changed everything. It went online, and within days, messages poured in from women across the world. Some said they hadn't taken a full body photo in years. Others said seeing my curves gave them courage. That's when I realized visibility is power. Representation isn't a trend, it's a revolution. Becoming Bioglam. Joining Bioglam Curvy Models was like coming home. It was a place where women of all shapes, shades, and stories celebrated each other instead of competing. Here, beauty wasn't confined, it expanded. I met models who turned scars into symbols, influencers who redefined luxury, and creators who made space for softness in an industry obsessed with perfection. Bioglam taught me that confidence is communal. Every campaign, every post, every collaboration was a ripple effect. Proof that when one woman stands tall, others rise with her. My first Bioglam campaign was called Unfiltered. No retouching, no airbrushing, just real women, real light, real stories. I remember standing on set, surrounded by laughter and nervous energy. When the camera turned toward me, I thought of my younger self, the girl who hid under hoodies and whispered, "This is for you." That campaign broke records for engagement and visibility. But more than that, it broke barriers. It showed brands that authenticity sells, because authenticity heals. The challenges behind the glamour. Social media made me visible, but it also made me vulnerable. Behind every flattering comment were others that cut deep. Too big to model, promoting obesity, pretty face, shame about the body. At first, I tried to ignore them, but I'm human. Words sting. Some nights I delete photos, second-guess my worth. Until one day, a woman messaged me saying she wore a bikini for the first time because she saw mine. That's when I decided I won't silence myself to comfort someone else's insecurity. Confidence isn't static, it's practice. I've learned to treat my reflection like a friend, to speak kindly, to listen deeply. Some days I still struggle, but self-love isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. Finding meaning beyond modeling. As my career grew, I realized that visibility comes with responsibility. I started mentoring younger creators, teaching them not just how to pose, but how to protect their peace. I spoke on panels about representation, mental health, and how fashion can become activism. Fashion for me is political. Every time a curvy woman appears in a campaign, she challenges a system built to exclude her. Every collaboration, every photo shoot is a step toward rewriting what beauty looks like. I've also become passionate about design again, this time creating capsule chins that prioritize comfort, sensuality, and movement. Clothes that let women live, not restrict them. Love, balance, and grounding. Outside of the spotlight, I'm grounded by love. My partner has been my quiet anchor, always reminding me that the algorithm can wait, but my heart can't. We travel often, chasing sunsets in silence. Some of my favorite memories aren't from the runway or camera flashes, but from simple mornings, coffee in hand, hair messy, laughter echoing in our apartment. That's what real beauty feels like. Peace, not performance. The legacy of visibility. Sometimes I look back at my journey. The girl who once hid, now seen by thousands. I don't see fame, I see freedom. Every curve, every scar, every post is a love letter to the women who thought they had to disappear to be accepted. When young women message me saying they finally feel beautiful because of something I shared, I know the work matters, because visibility isn't about ego, it's about empathy. It's about saying, you belong here too. The world may still be learning to see us, but we already see ourselves, and that's where the revolution begins. I'm Dyllan Moxim, curvy, creative, confident, and real. A woman who turned doubt into direction and softness into strength. This isn't just my story, it's our story. A story of women who refuse to hide, who rise together, who redefine beauty on their own terms. The world may still be learning to see us, but we already see ourselves. And that's where the revolution begins.